So, people, Brentford 1, Arsenal 3. A good start to the new year, 2025. Start off with a win. It almost could have been very different because I'm sitting here after, 10, 12 minutes in that first half. Arsenal are a goal down, and I'm thinking, here we go again. But fortunately, we fought back well in the second half. Made it quite a comfortable victory in the end, to be honest. 3 goals. One from G.Jesus, who continues to score goals. Can he keep up this form until maybe the end of the season if Arsenal don't buy another striker? Mikel Merino with a goal and Gabriel Martinelli, two players that I'll be honest, at half time I was sitting there going, you know what, they might be contenders to get dragged off because first half they were very, very poor. But listen, we got the victory in the end, 3-1. I think we're going to have to go up a gear when we play against better opposition. You know, you won't get away with that first half and conceding, in my opinion, an avoidable goal. But the second half was much more controlled. We scored goals. We didn't overexert ourselves. And it was 3 points in the bag. Let's look at the pros and cons of the performance. Like I said, first half, I thought we were a little bit disjointed. And I think, number one, that midfield of Partey and Merino and Odegaard. Merino, for me, has not... I know he scored today, and that's a positive. But for me, he hasn't settled in at Arsenal yet. I still am not fully convinced by him as a signing. He does need time, but I think they're trying to play him in that sort of Granit Xhaka role as the left eight. It hasn't fully worked yet, if we're being honest. And in the first half, we looked disjointed in midfield. I thought Thomas Partey was fantastic, especially in the first half. He dominated the game, won the ball back, played the ball forward quickly. Martin Odegaard's performance in the last probably 2 or 3 games have been worrying. And again today, listen, you can try and do the right thing and get it wrong. He tried to play the ball forward. He gave it away. What I can't accept for me as a fan is the little timid, half-hearted attempt to win the ball back. He should have gone straight into that player with a challenge and stopped him from running. It's almost as if, oh no, I don't want to get hurt, you know, I don't want to mess up my hair and all that. So he puts in some timid, half-hearted challenge. The guy runs straight past him, gives it to Mbuemo. Now, Calafiori, for me, probably backs off a little bit too much. Maybe he could have engaged him. But it does happen. You go to block a shot, it goes through your legs. David Raya maybe should save that. I didn't think he hit it with blistering pace. He gets done at his near post. I think maybe he thought he was going to bend it in the far corner and he's just give him the eyes back on the near post and scored a very poor goal to concede for Arsenal. Joint best Premier League defence this season. You don't want to concede goals like that. We did fight back. Gabriel Jesus, shot from outside the area from Thomas Partey. Rebound comes to Jesus. People will say it's a tap-in. I think that's a brilliant goal. I love those goals as a striker. Go and watch the reaction of Jesus compared to the defender after Partey hits the shot. Split second quicker, nods it in. Let's hope his form continues. Quick question to the community. Are we a better attack without Kai Havertz? Do we play a little bit quicker without him in the front line? And I know people will say, yeah, but Havertz has scored 7 goals and they think I've got an agenda against him. But he does play at quite a slow tempo sometimes. And maybe Jesus and Waneri and Martinelli, these guys, a bit more mobile. Do we play a little bit quicker? Food for thought there. Calafiori, I thought, struggled first half. I've been a little bit more patient with him because he's a natural centre-back playing at left-back. He did get better second half, but at this moment in time, I would still say Lewis Skelly is the number 1 pick at left-back. It will be interesting. Obviously, Arteta's under pressure there because he spent 40 million and he'll want to get him in the team ahead of a youth team player possibly. But anyway, let's focus more on the positives of the game. 3 goals, 3 goal scorers. Jesus scores again, which is good. He battled well. He ended up with a bust lip. He put himself about. Ethan Waneri, a bright spot for me. 17 years of age, playing on the right. Look at the confidence and the cohesion that he had in 1v1 situations. Dropping step-overs on the fullback, going past him, getting crosses in, looks confident. Martinelli didn't look the same on that left-hand side when he got in 1v1 situations. For me, Waneri starts right wing against Brighton at the weekend. I think he did enough today to convince me that he should be starting. A thing that's a little bit sad today, Jurriën Timber gets his 5th yellow card. He's now suspended for the game against Brighton. With Tomiyasu and Ben White out injured, does that mean Partey ends up at right back against Matoma for Brighton on the left wing? Not really what you want to see. Thomas Partey, speaking of him, he was brilliant today. We're now in a situation with it being January the 1st. Partey can negotiate a move on a pre-contract with a club outside of the Prem. He's been linked with Barcelona. I think Arsenal, if they want to keep Partey, they need to get that deal done. I've said for me, 1 year contract with a 1 year option. He turns 32 next summer or this summer. I wouldn't be giving him a long-term contract, but I think a year with a year option. The way he's played, he's been our best centre midfielder this season, no doubt about it. And we're a better team with him in there. Odegaard's form worries me a little bit. I think the first couple games he played on just pure adrenaline of coming back from injury. Now, he looks to me like he's fighting fitness. I don't think Martin Odegaard's 100% fit. But as the captain, you can't back out of challenges. You know, you're paid millions of pounds. You can't back out of a 50-50 challenge. His shooting seems off. His passing's not as productive as it's been in the past. I think he needs to add that killer edge to his game. There's no doubt Odegaard is a super talented player, but you've got to be more threatening. You need to be a player that the opposition are scared of you getting on the ball. People compare him to Ozil. The difference between him and Prime Ozil, if Prime Ozil got the ball and he was high up the pitch, the likelihood was he was going to cause you big problems. He might play a pass that splits you in half. Odegaard has to have more of a killer instinct as a creative player for me. His shooting is off at the moment. Every time he shoots, it seems to just float away. He needs to improve, but he needs time. And you wish that we had another creative player like an Eze that would, maybe we wouldn't have had to rush Odegaard back so quickly. So his form's a little bit concerning. Martinelli first off, I'm like, get him off. This guy can't get past his fullback. He looks like he's got no sense. He's got no thought of how to beat the defender. Scores a very good goal in the second half that completes the win. Knees it down. Volleys it in the bottom corner. I'm here shamelessly calling him Bebeto and all sorts of Brazilian dons. In the first half, I'm saying get rid of him. He's not good enough. Listen, all jokes aside, it's a good goal. It's a confidence boost. His performances have to improve. They've got to improve, man. Like 2 years ago, we're thinking you're one of our best players. Now it's like we're carrying him. The goal will get him away with that performance today, and he improved a little bit in the second half, to be fair. But that first half seems like the Martinelli we've watched over the last few months, and it is worrying. We've got to get more from him, or can we get more from him? G.Jesus gets another goal, which is a positive. He made a few changes at the end, and we get the 3 points in the end. We know we've got 8 games now left in January. My advice to Arsenal would be get transfers done as soon as possible. Sammy Mockbell confirming today that Arsenal are not in any kind of trouble when it comes to PSR. They can spend money. With the games we've got coming up, Newcastle, Tottenham, Manchester United, we need to try and get transfers done early in the month. I actually would like to see Arsenal get 2 players in. When you look at the potential deals that are out there, I think it's doable. There's 3 or 4 decent players who might be available on loan, a couple of cheaper transfers and a couple of more expensive ones. In the loan market, there's players like Kingsley Coman, maybe Dani Olmo. Cheaper transfers, you might be able to get a Leroy Sané, a Brian Mbeumo, a Semenyo, and then the more expensive ones, you're looking at your Osimhen's, your Kudus, and your Gyökeres. The club, for me, don't have any excuse not to go into the market in this January window. So let's see what they do. Thomas Partey, man of the match for me today. I felt over the 90 minutes he was the best player, bossed the game. The Premier League gave man of the match to Gabriel Jesus, covered a lot of ground, scored an important goal. And let's hope his goal-scoring form can continue. It'll be interesting what Arteta does when Havertz comes back. Havertz, of course, was out with a cold or something today, so missed the game. But 3 points, positive win in the end, good start to 2025. Bigger test to come. I know Brentford have got a very good home record. I thought second half, they were pretty poor, to be honest. They disappeared. And Mbeumo scored a good goal. He scored a good goal. I'm still not fully convinced by him, to be honest. But we do need to get somebody in, so let's see. What do you guys think of the game today? Who was your man of the match? What do you want to see moving forward? How do we deal with Jurriën Timber's suspension against Brighton? Partey at right back. It's far from ideal. The problem is at the moment, with Tomiyasu and Ben White being out, who else can we play there? Could you play Skelly at right back, Calafiori at left back? I don't know. I'm not sure, but Partey's playing so well, you'd like to see him still in midfield. But listen, 3 points. We're now 6 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool have a game in hand, and we got this tough run of games coming up, but we need to just take it one step at a time and get some new players in. Big up to everyone locked in. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see you all soon, people. Bless.